Hey everybody. Well, I'm sitting out here on my deck. It's an absolutely beautiful weekend. Just enjoying the sunshine, and I've been challenged to share my testimony. So I've done this a few times before, so I thought I'd do it a little bit differently today. And I'm going to share my testimony with a bit of an object lesson. So first of all, what I'm going to do is take you just on a little tour of my home office and how this will relate into my testimony. So here we go. All right, welcome to my office. Upon entry, you see it's quite full of junk, but these are my treasures. I like to collect older things that remind me of my childhood. So here's an old record player console, some old records, just a few that I have collected just for fun. Here's an old pinball game I just found just 2 days ago. I found it at an antique shop, and one of these you shoot the ball. Well, that was a terrible shot. Let's try that again. Down it goes, and you try to get points. So I like that. That was fun. Old Viewmasters. And here's an old Pac-Man game. Some old books. And one of my favorite things that I did was collect old comic books. So just as an example, here's one. One of many. Panning around the room a little bit. I can never pass up a Tinker Toy box. Love those as a kid. Hardy Boys. I have the whole collection. Love reading those. And some other odds and ends and various little things. There's another Tinker Toy, some books, and some other things, some old games. Hey, more Tinker Toys. And down we go to my desk where we do some work here. Bibles and self-help books and things like that. And just out of interest's sake, I made a bookend out of these old 8-track tapes. So got to do something with those things. So those work great for bookends. So that's a really short little tour. All right, well, welcome back. Thank you for humoring me through that little tour of my world. So I really do enjoy collecting little things like that, like I mentioned. And the thing I want to talk about today, though, is comic books. So a comic book. I like to collect comic books. I used to, anyways. I don't anymore, really. But every once in a while, I see a cool one, and I do. But throughout the years, I've collected all kinds. I really used to be into Archie. Love those comic books. Everybody likes those, I think. Way back, for those that can remember this, the $6 Million Man. Remember that? Way back from the 70s, early 80s, maybe. Maybe like superheroes. I was always very fond of Batman. That was my favorite. And one of my favorite collections that I do still have is the old Winnipeg Tribune comics. I don't know if any of you remember those. That, again, was late 70s, early 80s. One of my favorites. So, thing about comic book collecting, let's talk about that for a minute, and then we'll get into how that relates into my testimony. But comic book collecting. Any serious comic book collector will go buy a comic book, and what they will do is put it into a plastic bag and board immediately. So slip it in there, and it's safe. So now it's protected from moisture, all that kind of stuff, spilling your coffee on it. The cardboard keeps it from bending. It's protected. So now you can admire the cover, and it's meant to be now put away. Put it away into your collection. Not really meant to be read. If you wanted to read it, which everybody would like to read it, of course, you might carefully read it once and put it back. But generally, if you wanted to really enjoy it, you would buy another one. So this comic book was put away. Now it's safe. Hopefully, it will keep its value or increase in value, but only if it's in pristine condition. Now, the thing about the comic books is, this is not exactly what it was created for, was it? No, the comic book was not created to be stuffed in a bag and never looked at. It's colorful, it's wonderful, and especially these Winnipeg Tribune ones, they were full of little surprises. Obviously, they were full of little comics, so they were just full of comic strips, all kinds of them. The back had coloring pages, And somewhere in the middle, there was even a, let's see if I can find it quickly, um, an activity page. So there was puzzles and jokes and riddles and crosswords and you name it in there. So it was created to be written in, it was created to be colored on, it was created to be read and read over and over and over and over again. It was created to be used and created to be enjoyed, not to be put into a shelf. Times have changed. People still like to read comic books for sure, but most people immediately put them in a bag and put them away, maybe never to be seen for years again. Now, how that relates into my life and how it relates into my testimony is simply this. I had stated in my testimony that for many, many years, I did not understand what my purpose in life was. I had no idea why I was here. I felt rather worthless. But when that amazing day came, when I gave my life to the Lord in March of 2000, so 20 years ago now, that is the day that I found purpose. I felt in my heart that God had just given me what I had been praying for all along, or what I'd been looking for. I hadn't been praying, sorry, that's the wrong words. What I'd been looking for all along and wondering, what is my purpose here? But immediately I knew I had a new purpose, and that was to share the gospel, to share Jesus with others. Now, I just want to say this. I would never have given my life to the Lord had people not been praying for me, and a lot of them were, and had people not been living their Christian lives with integrity around me, because I found that attractive, and I found that I wanted that. So I want to encourage you guys out there that are afraid to talk about it, maybe, or not sure what quite to say. Pray and live your life, and that's your greatest testimony. Words will come when you need it. The Holy Spirit promises that. But back to the comic book. Unlike how the world views a comic book now, hide it, put it away, that's where its value is. We are filled with wonders, just like a comic book. God has given us gifts and talents and passions that we're to share with others, and also for our enjoyment as well. But we're to share those with others and to be a part of the kingdom. Each one of us has something unique to give. So let me just end off with some encouragement. I just want to share a verse with you that relates into this. Matthew 5:14 to 16. It says, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." So our light is to shine. Just like the comic book, it's meant to be shown to the world and enjoyed, and not to be hidden. And same with our light. It's supposed to shine. It's meant to shine. So I just want to encourage you with that today. Let it shine before everyone. Let your actions speak for themselves. Let your actions be their testimony. And don't forget to pray for others, because I know it works. I know it works because I'm here because of that. So God bless you guys. Have an incredible day.